Hey, what's up guys? I am your host, SmokeyBloons, and this is King of the Hill. Okay, we're here in game number 1 between Emperor 1, holy cow, and Anacondaz. Oh, that was fast. So I think Emperor 1 had something like 700 wins, 80 losses for a ratio of 9-1, holy cow. And Anacondaz, of course, about a 3-to-1 win ratio, about 600 to 200. But yeah, let's just get running this game, guys. Both guys going for farms, and Anacondaz says he loves farms. So this is quite a new development, I think, in Anacondaz gameplay. He never used to use farms. I think he used to use bomb tower tech shooter on this map, but now he's showing farms. So this is way different from how he used to play, and this is really cool. Just by, I think, playing games like King of the Hill, seeing a lot of other high-level players play, he sort of learnt that farms are the best way to go on this map, and now he's also adapted his strategy to use farms because he also thinks now that farms are the way to go on these smaller maps. So, you know, King of the Hill just shows the best strategies in Bloons TD Battles, and you can learn as well, just like how Anacondaz has learnt to adapt the strategy to be sort of catch up with other top players, and but maybe I think Anacondaz might do his own twist to it as well. So at the moment, Anacondaz going with the bomb tower and boomerang, whereas he used to go for the bomb tower tech shooter. So it looks like he now seems to agree that this is a better strategy than the bomb tower tech shooter. But I know that bomb tower tech shooter is one of his favorite strategies since he did come up. I think he came up with it himself. But now he's forced to use the farm and boomerang because I guess he thinks it's a better strategy now on cards. And Emperor, let me tell you about this guy. He is actually a super old timer. He was probably playing during the beta of Bloons TD Battles, and he was one of the best players in those early days of Bloons TD Battles. And Bloons TD Battles has actually gone through quite a few patches where they've patched the economy, they've patched the towers, they've patched the power of various towers, and just a lot of changes. And so Emperor has sort of come back into the game. I think he stopped playing for quite a few months, maybe 3 months at least. And now he's come back, and so his win-loss record, while it's very impressive, he's obviously a very smart guy. He probably still doesn't have very much experience with how the games are playing now, and so it'll be really interesting to see how this old timer of Bloons TD Battles does against. I mean, Anacondaz is quite an old timer himself, to be honest. I think he was around from the very beginning, but he's been continuing to play all these months, whereas Emperor 1 has not been. And so it's actually really hard for me to pick who's the favorite in this game. I'm probably still going to have to go with Emperor 1 just because he just has so much experience on his belt and just so many wins. And both of them going for farms, so definitely they're very equal so far, going for exactly the same amount of farm economy. Although I don't like the fact that they're going for 1-0 farms. I think I prefer 2-0 farms. I think they're a little bit better at farm economy than the 1-0 farms. But not a big difference either way. Alright guys, so they need to get their round 8 defense up for Rigo Bloons. It looks like Emperor's not going to get any defense up, so Anacondaz should try and exploit this. He's going to go for a Rigo Black Rush to exploit this. And the Rigo and the Yellow. So Anacondaz does this very well. He goes for the Rigo Blacks and the Yellow Rush, and that overwhelms that 2-3 boomerang. And that's actually a really strong rush, guys. You should definitely learn that from Anacondaz. Anacondaz is so good at attacking. That's like his forte is attacking. He knows like how to mix balloons really well for attacks, and so definitely pick up those skills from Anacondaz from these videos. That was really cool. A Rigo Black and Yellow combination. So that's much cheaper attack than a pure Rigo Yellow Rush, and it's probably just as effective, if not even more effective. Alright guys, getting to round 12. Farm vs farm is so interesting. Is there going to do a huge Rainbow Rush on round 12? Sorry, round 13. Round 12 is the camo round. Both of them have their mortars up, so they should be perfectly fine versus the camos. But oh my gosh, this is such an exciting game because we get to see Anacondaz again. I love watching Anacondaz play, and also Emperor 1, a blast from the past. Nobody's sending any rushes on round 13, so no Rainbow Rushes. I guess both these guys think that their opponents are good enough to defend against the Rainbow Rush, which is, I think, is definitely true. You only need to sell 2 or 3 farms to defend against the Rainbow Rush. Oh, never mind. Here comes the Rainbow Rush. Is Anacondaz going to do anything to adjust? It looks like he might not even have to. Wow, that was such such high level play from both sides. So Emperor 1 tried to bluff right then. He tried to do a bluff of the Rainbow Rush, trying to force Anacondaz to sell some farms and overreact. But then Anacondaz reacted perfectly by not selling his farms and realizing that his defense was just enough to hold against that Rainbow Rush. And so now Anacondaz is in the lead in so many ways. He's probably in the lead, he's about the same in defense, but he's in the lead in economy, and he's in the lead in lives. So Anacondaz taking a commanding lead in this game, but can he convert that lead into a win? Emperor showing very, very high skill in farms, and I'm not surprised. Back in the old days, farm economy was actually a lot more prevalent, because back in the old days the rounds were a bit shorter, I believe, and so that means that the Bloons economy wasn't actually that good compared to the farm economy. And so before, even on the big maps, it was quite common to see farm economy, and that's why Emperor is still pretty good on these small maps, because he's just already quite accustomed to using farms. But on some of the bigger maps, he might not be so used to it, and especially with the King of the Hill no lives lost rule. There's quite a few ways that these guys who used to be very good at the game just haven't quite figured out how to play King of the Hill yet. But having said that, Emperor is a very, very good player, and I wouldn't be surprised if he takes down Anacondaz as well. Anacondaz also told me to mention that in a previous tournament or something that these two guys faced off and Emperor beat him. So this is kind of a revenge for Anacondaz if he can win as well. Alright, so Anacondaz is getting a lot of boomerang monkeys, he's getting a lot of towers, a lot of weak towers, interestingly. So he's going to get ready to basically sell all of his farms and upgrade his towers for a super good defense if he needs to. And in the meantime, just getting those Moa Maulers up, and Emperor as well with his Moa Maulers. Okay, so Anacondaz is going for a BFB rush. He sold 2 farmers for this rush. He hasn't sold all of his farms, he just sold 2. And Emperor sold all of his farms to defend this, I believe. Yeah, he's putting all of his money into defense. I'm surprised he hasn't got more defense than this. I definitely think he can afford more defense than this. But I guess he thinks that this is enough defense, and I think it is as well. With those 2 4-0 bombs, it should be plenty enough defense against those BFBs. And yeah, there it is. So he completely stopped that attack. And now what's Anacondaz going to do? Anacondaz sells another 2 farms for another regrow BFB rush. And he sells all of his farms, so he's going all out now. He's going to go all in on this last attack. I don't think he's going to put any money to defense. He's going to, oh, let's see here. So far he's only sent 1 BFB, so he's still saving money up. He hasn't gone all out for the attack yet. But this, oh, this might get through, guys. This is going to be so close. Oh, I think I see some ceramics go through, and there it is, GG. Emperor just not quite enough defense there, and Anacondaz takes the win with that BFB rush, the regrow BFB, and really close series, guys. Very, very good farm playing by both sides, and Anacondaz goes up a quick 1-0. Let's go to game 2. Alright, we're here in game number 2, and Emperor has chosen Rally as a second map. So, quite a bit larger map than the previous map. I wonder if they're both going to go farms again. Kind of curious about that, because I would think that this map is way too big to go farms. But if Emperor is used to going farms, then maybe he'll just stick to what he's used to. No, it doesn't look like it. Both these guys have their towers down and they're upgrading them. So it's pretty unlikely for them to go farms now, because usually if you go farms straight away to get that little bit more economy. So we're going to see the boomerang versus the bomb tower strategy. Anacondaz probably go for bomb tower tech shooter again, just because yeah, I guess he just really loves that strategy for this map. But let's see if he can make his strategy go no lives lost this time, because it's really, really important on this map to go no lives lost. And I'm quite very curious about Emperor's boomerang position as well. It's quite different from most other players, but let's see how it works out for him as well. Oh, I see a blue balloon getting past Anacondaz. This might cause him to leak some lives. Oh, I think that red balloon is going to get through. So there it is, 1 life lost by Anacondaz already, 2 lives lost. And he says yes. I don't know why he's excited about losing lives. But yeah, now Emperor with, I would say, a very commanding lead if he knows how to go no lives lost. But I'm a little bit worried that he hasn't really been accustomed to the no lives lost sort of tempo of the King of the Hill games. Now, I just want to say, oh, Emperor lost 1 life there. I didn't see how that happened, but he lost 1 life there. I really want to say thanks to all these guys who are coming to participate in King of the Hill. I mean, we've seen so many high-level players coming to participate. I mean, not to mention sPedo himself. You know, there's Ice Sucker Battles. the Dark Affliction, Emperor, Evil Day, all of these super top players are coming forward and trying to show the world that they're the best, that they are the best player. The Primer 9, I shouldn't forget about him. That they are the absolute best players in the world and coming to compete and face off against each other, and that's really cool, guys. I'm so glad that top players, I think that King of the Hill is a worthwhile tournament to compete in, and yeah, I just want to encourage you guys to I just want to thank you guys, and of course encourage you to keep participating in the future. Okay, so Anacondaz is getting his tech shooter down, so he is going for bomb tower tech shooter strategy, whereas Emperor is pretty happy with his boomerang strategy. The reliable old boomerang strategy, can't go wrong with it. Yes, Emperor, you're being recorded, and if you're watching this, shout out to you, buddy. Congratulations on getting on King of the Hill, and welcome back to Bloons TD Battles, by the way. I think you were out of it for a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I think that's how it went with you. Alright, so a cute little black rush here by Anacondaz, but it's not going to cause any... Oh, nope, there it is. I talked too fast. There's a red balloon getting past. So at least one life lost, I think. I hope this is not another graphics glitch. We're going to see a life lost here. That will put them back at even to 148 to 148. No, so that was actually just a graphics glitch. Oh, but this yellow balloon is getting past though, right? Do we see a yellow balloon getting past? Oh man. Oh, it's so annoying when the lag causes the graphics to like change a little bit, and so it's really hard to tell something. Okay, so there it is. Now Emperor has lost some lives, and oh, so yeah, I guess there's just some delay in the lives lost from when we see them lose life. And now Anacondaz is still going for aggression. I'm not sure if I agree with this. Yeah, you forced Emperor to get a ricochet, but also you cost yourself some economy. Although this Rego balloon is getting through, so I guess if that Rego balloon does get through, it's definitely worth it. If you get Emperor to lose a couple more lives, that will put Anacondaz in quite a large commanding lead. Meanwhile, Emperor is also going for a Rego Black Rush, and this should do a lot of damage to Anacondaz, as really the tech shooter cannon cannot do so well versus Rego Blacks. And again, his tech shooter cannon strategy just faltering to Rego Blacks. He has to think of a solution to Rego Blacks, because yeah, it's just like you can't lose lives in King of the Hill. It's just too detrimental to the way that you sort of can win in this game. It's just too easy to go no lives lost if you play perfectly. And Emperor, while not playing completely perfectly, losing a couple lives, but I felt like if you just put a couple more 0-0 Dartling boomerang monkeys down, you could have easily gone no lives lost. And Anacondaz thinks that it's lag that's causing him to leak some lives. This could be true. It's really hard to tell sometimes if it's lag causing balloons to leak through, or if it's just normal gameplay. But I have heard that Anacondaz is probably going to get a new computer quite soon, so that'll be really good for him, both for King of the Hill and his normal channel. By the way, guys, if you don't know, Anacondaz does have his own channel. It's a very popular Bloons TD Battles channel. That's called Aliens Rock 50. So if you like his gameplay, go check that out. And oh, so a little camo pink rush and a rainbow rush here. And is that going to cause Anacondaz losing more lives? Whoa, way more lives lost. Whoa. Does this just kill Anacondaz? Whoa, he completely did not react in time for that. Wow, that was really surprising, guys, because that was just a tiny rainbow rush, I think. I don't think that was a big rainbow rush at all. But I think it was a combination of lag and not reacting fast enough that caused so many Rego balloons to go through. And that's it, guys. GG right there. Emperor tying up the series 1-1. This is going to be a really close series, I feel like, guys. I think both of these guys are sort of quite evenly matched in their own way. You know, Emperor with his wealth of experience, but Anacondaz, having played so much more King of the Hill games, probably more adept at the particularities of King of the Hill as opposed to regular Bloons TD Battles quick matches. Alright, guys, let's go to game 3. Alright, we're here in game number 3, and oh my god, it's the new map. So I believe this is called Desert Pyramid or something, I think. Sorry guys, I don't even know the name of this map. I haven't had much opportunity to play on it. And so this map, oh my god, I'm so curious. And oh my god, Anacondaz is going farm on the new map. Oh my god, and Emperor is going to stick with his tried and true boomerang strategy. And it's a very interesting boomerang spot. Looks like it's a pretty good spot. You can just put that boomerang on last, and it should be able to hit most of the balloons from both sides. And oh, Emperor seems to understand that lives are really, really precious in King of the Hill. But having said that, usually when you go farms, you don't really care about lives because you're always looking to kill your opponent with a farm. I've actually never seen a farm player ever go late game. So anytime someone uses farms, they're always going to do it for the farm rush. And it might be the round 15 farm rush, it might be the round 20 farm rush, but I've literally never seen a person just go farm economy for the sake of farm economy. It doesn't seem like farm economy is very good in the late game. So everyone that uses farms just use it for a big rush, because you can get the economy from farms that equal or may even be more than the regular Bloons economy. And on top of that, you can sell your farms to get even more money. So that's why it's so good for rushing. You can literally double the power of your rush by using farms. Alright, so Anacondaz looks like he's going to go for the bomb tower tech shooter again. So he thinks that bomb tower tech shooter has been on this map, and he's doing it in conjunction with farms, which is really, really cool. And of course, Emperor is going to go with the tried and true boomerang strategy. So really, really cool difference of strategy on this map, guys. Definitely on the quick battles, when you play on this map, try these strategies out. I think both these strategies will definitely be very good, and will definitely be able to beat like literally 99% of the players that you play in quick battles. I think if you don't run into anybody that you recognize from King of the Hill, you're probably just going to beat them. I really think most of the good players now in Bloons Tower Defense Battles have come forward and wanted to compete in Bloons and King of the Hill to show that they are the best, potentially, and to show that they are at least Nobleman status worthy, if not King worthy. Only a couple more players I think that I can think of, like Ego Goyo. Cerulean needs to retry for King of the Hill. He lost to Ryan last time with the ice stalling, but now without ice stalling, I think Cerulean has a really, really good chance to get Nobleman status as well, if not King status. And yeah, but at the same time, you know, these knights, the Prime 9. Oh, by the way, guys, if you don't know, the Prime 9 was recently promoted to a knight as well. So now there's 3 knights: Ryan Zhu, Anacondaz, and the Prime 9. But these knights, as they play more and more challenges, they're going to get better and better all the time. So actually, as the time gets past, knights are going to be harder and harder to beat. Something to realize, guys, so definitely challenge a knight as soon as you can to give yourself the maximum chance of beating them. Alright, so again, tech shooter bomb tower versus boomerangs. Who's going to take out this map? Desert, I think it's actually a really, really cool map. I really like the architecture. It's a really, really beautiful map. These nice little palm trees, these little, you know, water oases. I'm surprised this is not called something like Desert Oasis. Desert Oasis would be a good name for this. And so, right, Anacondaz is going for another black, Rigo black and yellow rush. I don't know if I agree with that one, because I think Emperor already has had his ricochet up. I'm not too sure though. I didn't quite see when Emperor got his ricochet, but that's all you need. It's one ricochet and you will stop any sort of rushes on round 8. There's basically no rushes you can do on round 8 that a ricochet can't stop in conjunction with that 2-3 boomerang. So last game we saw, so the first game on cards, we saw farm versus farm. This time we're going to see farm versus no farm. And this is actually the best combination that I like to see. I really like to see farm versus no farm, because basically it's like the aggressor versus the defender. If you have 2 aggressors, then it's kind of like whoever's faster with their trigger finger. But with the aggressor versus defender situation like this, because obviously the person with the farm is the aggressor, the person who doesn't have farm doesn't need to do attack, really. They can just get to late game, send 5 Zomac gods, and there's nothing that tech shooters and bomb towers can do versus 5 Zomac gods. There's just nothing. But Emperor likely has a ground 0 or something like that as his 4th tower. So, oh, a little pink rush here, and it's Emperor is trying to force Anacondaz to upgrade that tower to a 0-2 to get camera detection, but Anacondaz just says, nah, stuff it, I don't need that. And a cute little, a very cute little camo red rush, just to say Anacondaz, hey, look, get your camera detection up, man. This is silly. Get your camera detection up, and Anacondaz indeed obliges to get that 0-2 cannon tower. Sorry, not cannon. What am I talking about? Get your camo detection. Yes. So let's look at Emperor's defense here. He's got the mortar, but it looks in the middle of this bend. So guys, when you play on this map, try putting the mortar on the middle of this bend and see how it goes. So it looks like a pretty good position for the mortar. And now with the tons of 2-3 boomerangs and the 3-0 bomb tower, he should be completely safe against any ceramics. I'm really curious to see when Anacondaz is going to do his farm rush, because I'm quite sure he should do a rush, because I don't think he can get to the late game again with his tower combination. He just can't handle Zoma Gods in the late game, but Emperor can with the ground zeros. So I wonder if it's going to be round 20 or round 18 or maybe even round 22 with a Zoma God rush. That would be really interesting. Usually the Zoma God rush is not advised because a Zoma God is so expensive that it's actually not possible to afford a defense if your opponent decides to counter rush you with some Rigo BFBs. So usually for round 22, Rigo BFBs is actually a better attack than Zoma Gods just because the BFB is faster. That's literally the only reason. Of course the Zoma God is a stronger attack in terms of pure like difficulty to defend, but because it's so slow you can often just counter rush your opponent with the Rigo BFBs and there's nothing you can do because you spent all that money on the Zoma God. Alright guys, we're getting up to round 18 and these Moab Maulers should be able to stop any mobs that come through. And this map's so cool in that the balloons that you send are on the opposite side of the computer balloons, so it's kind of hard to decide which side you should defend. And okay, so Anacondaz starts the attack with a single Moab. I don't know why he sent a single Moab. That was obviously not going to do anything, so I think that was just a great waste of money, to be honest. 3 Moab Maulers should always be enough to defeat a single Moab. Maybe he was trying to get Emperor to oh, I know. I think I know what he's trying to do. He was trying to send a single Moab to get Emperor to overreact and build and put all of his money into defense. So, you know, what high level players they do is that they save up money for defense, and they sort of hide that money. And so by sending a single Moab, you can sort of induce your opponent to put the defenses up. And oh my god, here we go, guys. So a BFB has been sent by Anacondaz, and he's continuing to sell farms. So he's going to continue to attack. Here is the farm rush right here on round 20, starting off with a BFB, followed by a couple of Moabs, followed by camo balloons. So does this? I think I see like a lot of balloons getting through. This might be it, guys. GG. Okay, guys, let me just explain how awesome that attack was. Okay, let me just explain. I'm not sure if many of you guys noticed that. That was a great attack by Anacondaz, going up 2-1. So what he did, okay, he did this. He sent the BFB, then he sent a couple of Zoma Gods, and actually the whole point of that, he didn't actually send enough BFBs or Zoma Gods to go past by itself. Although he actually he did, because we did see all those balloons going past. But that wasn't actually the main point of his attack. I think the main point of his attack was to get so many BFBs and Zoma Gods that they will get cracked and go into ceramics. And for those ceramics to be cracked and go into rainbow balloons, and then those rainbow balloons, and you know how like when the balloons crack they get more and more balloons, okay? And what Anacondaz was actually trying to do there, he was trying to overwhelm Emperor 1's mortar. That was actually his only goal, was to get all those ceramics from the original BFB to go into rainbows and just get tons and tons of balloons at that bend. And then did you notice he sent camo pinks? And so what happens is the mortar has a limit on how many balloons it can pop. And so if the mortar is hitting that bend and it's popping like, if you combine camo pinks and rainbow balloons, or maybe and ceramic balloons, so rainbow balloons, ceramic balloons combination, oftentimes that mortar would actually hit the rainbow balloons and won't hit the camo pinks. And so what's going to happen is that those ceramics and rainbow balloons are going to get popped or whatever, but who cares, those camo pinks are going to get through as a camo pink, and it just means that no more towers can pop them and they actually go through and either cause the Emperor to die or make him lose a lot of lives. So that was a really, really technical rush, guys, and I'm just, yeah, I think some of you guys might not have noticed that, but now you know just how high level that rush really was. That was really, really cool, guys. I think that's much stronger of a rush than just going pure brute force with like maybe 5 BFBs or 2 BFBs and a couple of Moabs or something like that. No, that was actually a really, really good rush, and he was exploiting the fact that Emperor 1 only had 1 mortar. Really, really cool, guys. And I think, did you see? If you go back and watch, Anacondaz timed that so perfectly. He timed the BFB, he timed the Moabs, and he timed the Rigo pinks so perfectly, so that those camo pinks will get through. Now, in this situation, actually, Emperor 1 didn't have enough defense anyway. We saw a lot of other rainbow balloons and ceramics get through, but nevertheless, the attack was really, really awesome. And these are sort of high-level attacks that you can learn from such great players as Anacondaz. Okay, guys, that little rant was over. Let's go to game 4 to see if Emperor can come back in the series. Okay, we're here in game number 4, and Emperor 1 has chosen Park as the 4th map. I really can't get over how cool of an attack that was in the previous game. I think I've decided now that Anacondaz is an attacking player. I think he's definitely showing that in the games that he plays. He loves to attack, and because he's always trying different attacks and always experimenting with different attacks, he's just got like built up this really great repertoire of attacks that he knows. And so if you want to be an attacking player like Anacondaz, he's definitely the player to watch. I think other players like Ryan Zhu are much more defensive players. Ryan Zhu likes to win by going no lives lost on a lot of maps and just making his opponent lose 1 or 2 lives. But Anacondaz loves to just kill his opponents. And that's being shown here by going farms again for Anacondaz. So he's going to do another farm rush on this map. And I'm really excited to see what sort of attack he can pull off again on this map. It looks like with a single bomb tower, he's definitely going to go for... Oh, I know, actually, he hasn't upgraded this bomb tower. So it's actually, I'm still not too sure if he's going to go bomb tower attack or if he's going to go with bomb tower and boomerang. Quite curious about that. And actually, oh my god, Anacondaz is cutting... Like, he's willing to sacrifice so many lives to get his farm economy up, getting a second farm tower before even upgrading his bomb tower. So, okay, so here it is. So Anacondaz is going for bomb tower and attack shooter. And, yeah, going super heavy in economy at the very beginning, and really happy to sacrifice some lives for that, because that way he can get an even more powerful farm attack and kill his opponent. So Anacondaz is taking a very different approach to King of the Hill from a lot of the other players. A lot of the other players, especially Ryan Zhu, really advocates going no lives lost on a reasonably big map. Like this is I would say a medium to big map. There's 3 bends, so there's a lot of time to pop these balloons. And certainly I think Ryan would advocate trying to just go for no lives lost here and trying to hurt 1 or 2 lives from your opponent. But Anacondaz has a completely different approach to the game, and he likes to go just completely aggressive attacking, using farms to power his attacks on those later rounds. And yeah, you know, I really don't know who is right. Maybe Ryan can defend against Anacondaz farm rushes, or maybe he can't. I really don't know. These guys I don't think have played together very often. But I'd be really curious to see that, the attacking style versus defending style. But nevertheless, I'm just really happy that we get to see so many different styles from these players. You know, not all the knights playing the same style. You know, Anacondaz, the attacking knight, whereas Ryan Zhu is like the sort of defensive knight. And then you got Prime of the 9, which is, I don't know, I guess the best combination of both, able to both attack and defend. So really interesting to see these different styles from these guys, and that's great for us because we get to see more and more interesting games. So these black balloons not doing any damage to Anacondaz, and he's just going super crazy farm economy, getting ready to rush on those later rounds with the huge cell farm rushes. Because when he has like 6 or 7 or even 8 farms at 2-0, that's like 7 times 2.2 thousand. So that's $14,000 at least, just by selling those farms, not to mention however money he saves just by collecting these bananas and not spending it on any towers. So he could do like up to a 20,000, I think, rush on those later rounds, and that's a huge rush. So Anacondaz is going for these Rego Blacks just to force Emperor to get that Ricochet up. You really need to get a Ricochet up to defend. Oh, but I guess Emperor realizes that he doesn't actually need to get any more defense up, and which is why Anacondaz is going for another attack, this time with the yellows as well together, and this is going to force, surely it's going to force Emperor to get that Ricochet up. There it is, Ricochet. Yep. So I guess that attack you could say is worthwhile, because remember guys, that attack wasn't that costly, and it also increases Anacondaz's own economy as well. And in the meantime, Anacondaz's farm economy is just going bonkers, going up to possibly 5 2-0 farms. So I think Anacondaz is talking about the lag on his screen here, but hopefully that won't affect him. The funny thing about lag is that we actually can't see it very well on our computer. But anyway, so round 10 is coming up. Time to get some camera detection. And oh, okay, I think this is whoa, some laggy lag there. So that was definitely Anacondaz lagging quite a bit. Let's hope it doesn't lag on this game. That would be really a disappointing game for if it just loses by a lag out. I remember. Oh, that was. Whoa, that was really bad. So Emperor almost lost connection to the server. So it looks like maybe the Ninja Kiwi server is a little bit unstable at the moment. I'm not really too sure. But Oh, Anaconda's by the way, going for a village for his camera defense. And I think there was some natural stalling as well. Emperor says that his internet is fine, but yeah, I certainly wouldn't want Emperor to lag out in this series. This is a very, very important series. Game number 4 is very, very important. Anaconda is just very happy to lose a couple more lives to that Camo Pink Rush, saying, "Ooh, I don't care. Hurt me some lives, I don't really care anymore." And okay, so Anaconda is saying crud for some reason. I'm not too sure why, but maybe he didn't see those Camo Pinks go through. That might explain why he's saying crud. Oh my god, so I'm so nervous, guys. If someone lags out, I'm just gonna have a heart palpitation. Oh my god. So I'm really curious to see if this time Emperor 1 can adjust his strategy a little bit to defend against the farm rush. That's obviously going to happen from Anacondaz. I wonder if Emperor actually noticed what happened in the last game. I wonder if he noticed that Anacondaz was trying to exploit his mortar, because at the moment Emperor 1 still only has 1 mortar. So he should. Anaconda's trying to get even more farms, running out of space for them. Wow, that's quite funny. This map is actually really interesting in that this whole middle butt actually doesn't have any space for farms, so you actually are a little bit limited on space for farms. But Emperor 1 looks like he is adjusting a little bit. He's not getting as much defense up as he did last time, and instead putting more of his money into economy, so that he can have more economy to defend later on. So that's a great adjustment, because now he's learnt that Anacondaz likes to go around 20, round 21 rushes. And so if Anacondaz isn't going to go for those round 13 rushes and round 15 rushes, then you can just get more and more economy on those rounds and not get as much defense up. But in the meantime, you can get these 0-0 bomb towers just to sort of scare your opponent, just to make your opponent uncertain. Hey, does he have money saved up? And he can upgrade those bomb towers immediately if he wants to. So just then, did you see that? He actually did have the money saved up. He upgraded those 2 bomb towers into more ballers instantly. So he actually had quite a bit of money saved up. But what you can do is that you can actually just put these 0-0 bomb towers down and not upgrade them, and actually you can just like fake your opponent out and sort of bluff, try to bluff them, showing that you do have, whoa, a second village by Anacondaz. Just sort of bluff them, like what Anacondaz is doing now. Like for example, we don't know if Anacondaz actually has enough money to get the more ballers up or not, and neither does Emperor 1. And so it's kind of up to Emperor 1 to judge if Anacondaz does have enough money. It's just really, really hard to judge something like this, because it's really, really hard to know your opponent's economy. And here we go, guys. Whoa! I just saw him sell like all of his farms. I thought that he was going to go for a huge rush, and Emperor 1 says, "You scared me." So yeah, certainly all of us were scared, thinking that Anacondaz was going for another huge rush. I don't know why. Oh, I see why. So he got that village up to making that farm tower, so the farm tower into a 4-2, like much cheaper. So you actually save money if you do it this way, because that village saves, I think, 10% or 20% of whatever it was, and you actually get that 4-2 farm tower much quicker. So this is really interesting, because this indicates to me that Anacondaz is going late game. Why would you get this 4-2 farm tower if you're not going late game? Otherwise, see, now that if Anacondaz wants to sell his farm, he only has 1 farm tower to sell. So he's basically only like going to go all in if he ever sells. Excuse me, if he ever sells his farm tower. And oh, so Anacondaz starting off with a BFB attack here. He's gonna probably, I'm guessing he's gonna try to do the same thing and overwhelm Emperor's mortars. So here it is, the camo ceramics with the regular ceramics at the same time. See, there it is. I see it. There it is. They're right there. 1 camo ceramic getting through. Boom! And that caused Emperor to lose tons of lives. If he did it one more time, I think he'd won the game. So that's such a good attack, guys. Getting the... Oh my god, no! This is the worst time! Oh my god, don't... No! Oh my god, I think Emperor's gonna drop the game. Oh my god, this is terrible news for Emperor. If he drops here, he does technically lose, because there's really... King of the Hill does not give any excuses for disconnecting. Otherwise, for example, if Emperor was... Oh, no, obviously Emperor's a good player and a really fair person. But if someone else wanted to cheat, they could just say, oh, okay, I'm down on lives, I'm down in the economy, I'm about to lose, let me just disconnect my internet. And then let's just, let's just make it, like, say it's a regame and just say that I disconnected, and we just, like, make a new game. This is sort of why we have to... King of the Hill has to say, sorry, disconnects are not a draw or a regame. They are definitely a loss for yourself, just so that players can't exploit that obvious flaw in the system if we allow disconnects to be a regame. Oh my god! Oh, Emperor is back! Emperor is back, guys! Oh my god, that was crazy. That was a huge lag timeout, but Emperor is back, guys. I'm so excited. And Anacondaz says, we're back indeed. This is so fantastic. I'm so glad Emperor managed to come back because I really wanted to see the end of this game. I wonder how Anacondaz is going to attack again. So he's probably going to say, oh my god, he just sold his farm. So now this is all in, guys. This is right here. He is going all in. And he's starting off with the 2 BFBs. I think Emperor should use ground zeros to defend this. I don't know why he's not going for front runs. So I think here it is, I see it. So Anacondaz is going for, again, the camo ceramics. So camo ceramics with the regular ceramics means that if only one ceramic... Oh my god, there's so many balloons, I can't see anything. What is going on? GG! Anacondaz with that awesome ceramic and camo ceramic and BFB attack, timing it out perfectly to exploit, again, Emperor 1's mortar. Such a good attack. Such a high level attack. You know, oftentimes you see you have like, let's say you have like 10 mine maulers, and you have, 5 4-2 bomb towers. You're like, oh my god, what is this dumbass BFB attack? Of course I can defend this. And yes, this is true, you can pop the BFBs and defend the regular balloons, no problem. But that actually wasn't the point of Anacondaz's attack, because his whole point of the attack was to get those camo ceramics past and destroy Emperor 1 with those, by exploiting his mortar. Such good attacks, guys. So definitely go to Quick Battles and try this attack by Anacondaz. This looks really strong. I think 95%, maybe 99% of your opponents on Quick Battles just won't be aware of this attack and won't know how to defend against it, because you really have to upgrade your mortar to a 2-4 or get a second mortar up to defend. And especially with those camo ceramics, they're actually really hard to see, and they're really hard to tell that they are actually camo as opposed to regular. So such a cool attack there, and that allows Anacondaz to win versus Emperor 1 3-1. So Anacondaz is doing very well to defend the king spot, taking his knight duties obviously very seriously. Very well done to Anacondaz. Congratulations. And Emperor 1, hard luck there. A very impressive showing by Emperor 1. But I guess just that long break by him having not played for a couple of months means it's going to take a bit of time for him to train back up to a high enough level to challenge the knights again. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned a lot about attacking from Anacondaz. Thanks for watching. See you next time.